Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Okay,
don't listen anymore.
Oh, man. So smooth. And it like... Hey guys, it's Max, and I just spent over $600 on these headphones and this cable. So today, we're not only gonna open this up and take a listen, I'll give you guys my impressions on the sound quality, the active noise cancellation, and all the other features of these headphones, but I'm gonna be running a few tests that nobody has done yet. We're gonna be testing out, can you just use the little lightning to 3.5mm adapter with a regular cable? And can you use the USB-C charging cable to run them off of, say, your MacBook Pro or another device? So let's go ahead and open it up, and I'm gonna flip it to this side. I don't wanna be showing off that bra on the back there. At first, I thought it just looked like a purse, and you guys had to comment about the bra. Now that's forever stuck in my head. Let's go ahead and open these up. Ooh, this box has a nice little embossing on there. That's nice. Oh, and by the way, we're gonna be doing a comparison to the Bose 700s and the Sony XM4s, and with that also against my AirPod Pros that I absolutely love. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button and enable notifications. But for this one, I wanna focus on, do these headphones sound like headphones that should be priced $550? First impressions, they look pretty big in this box, and I love how with Apple products, as soon as you open it up, you see your product that you just spent a ton of money on right away. Let's go ahead and pull these up, and geez Louise, that has a lot of heft and weight to it. Let's go ahead and peel off this little bra protector. They're using the wax paper now. Wow, that's thick down here. It's like a thick layer of plastic. Let's get that out of the way. This silicone rubber feels very, very nice. And it looks like we have some cardboard protecting the cups as well. That magnet is quite strong. That's nice. Let's go ahead and take this little bra off. All right. Actually, that just got a lot lighter. All right, so this thing is pretty hefty, and that's probably because there are actually like little sensors in here, there's magnets, so there's a lot going on, even though it looks kind of weird. And so let's slip these back in, and I want to point out that we have a little cutout right here so you can still charge while they're inside of the case. And before I put the case away, I just want to mention that I do not love these cutouts over here. I know it makes it easier to put in, but I'm just worried about this being exposed and scratching if you throw these in your backpack or you're just using this as a case. So let's go ahead and set this aside. And the headphones themselves actually get quite a bit lighter without the case. And the outsides here, the cups are all aluminum. They're cold to the touch because it was outside. Now, wow, these ear cups are incredibly soft. I just press on them lightly with my thumb and they go in. And they're also like a memory foam. That is interesting. And these ear cups are magnetic, so let's go and take these out. Wow, okay, so that's actually pretty easy to take off. Doesn't require too much effort. Looks like if you pull straight up, it won't come off. If you twist lightly, comes off very easily, and then it just pops right into place. This is like the year of magnets, and I have to say that it is really genius for these ear cups just to be able to easily remove them like this. Taking a look inside, we have sensors, one in each ear cup, so the headphones know when you put them on, and there's a little cutout up top. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Could be the microphone that actually constantly listens to what you're hearing and adjusts it so there's no distortion and they sound their best. And there are actually 9 microphones overall, so we're gonna test out the active noise cancellation. Before I put these ear cups back on, we see the large 40mm drivers inside here as well, protected by this grill, and then a really fine screen as well. Moving on to the band, it feels really nice, the kind of rubberized finish, and surprisingly, they're not picking up fingerprints as much as I expected. I don't really see anything from my fingers. Now, this little interesting, unique top band, little cloth material is also ultra soft. It's almost like it's rubbery, kind of springy, and it adjusts to my fingers whenever I touch it. The AirPods Max also have a pivoting point at the top, but it takes a surprising amount of pressure to push them back. So I'm guessing that that's gonna create a really tight, solid fit around your ears. And now let's try this adjustable band. Oh wow, that takes a lot more pressure than I expected. I have to push pretty dang hard to get these to move. So that means you're not gonna accidentally pull these and mess up your adjustment. And as far as controls, we have Apple's digital crown and one single button to toggle between the active noise cancellation and the transparency mode. Now, before we connect these, I just have to say that I've messed around with a lot of higher end headphones, and these are by far the best built with the solid aluminum that's CNC'd, and then we have the stainless steel. The materials feel fantastic. Apple went all out on the materials. I just have two worries. First, if you don't use the little bra case, I feel like you could get scratches here, especially on these darker colors where you might notice it more. And the second is, with the extra weight compared to other headphones, are they gonna be less comfortable after you're using them for say 2, 3, 4 hours? And I'm gonna have to answer that in my long-term review, so make sure you guys have notifications enabled to see that. Let's go ahead and pair them. I don't know if I need to put it on, but I'll just hold down on this active noise cancellation button. Oh, there we go. All right, now for the moment of truth. I feel a little bit nervous. And you know what, to be honest, I don't wanna like these. I would not wanna buy these for this price unless we were making videos. And I'm just kinda hoping that they suck and that I could just return them, but I don't feel like they will. So let's try it on. So I can't hear any of the AC noise at all. And as far as I remember, with the previous headphones that I tested, I would always still hear a little bit. Also, surprisingly, I don't feel, as much waves as I expected. They feel a little bit lighter, but of course I just put them on. We haven't used these for a couple hours yet. Just to make sure you know, they did go into active noise cancellation automatically, and the only thing I can hear right now is my mild case of tinnitus. If only they can get that out, that would be perfect. What the heck? Okay, I just pressed the little button when I was trying to adjust them. This is wild. Vadim, say something.
Hey.
Okay, so I can slightly tell, very slightly, that it's going through a mic. That is good. That transparency mode, whoa, I just covered up one of the mics and it changed the transparency mode. I put these back into active noise cancellation mode. Sorry if I'm talking too quiet, I'm trying to talk loud. We're gonna start out with a Max Tech classic, Where We Started From by Lost Sky. I wanna play a couple of these no copyright songs so you guys can follow along and hear what I'm hearing before I do more listening. So let's go ahead and start playing it back. We're at half volume right now. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna kick it up a little bit. Okay, this is weird. I can't hear my voice at all. You know what, Vadim? This reminds me of the HomePod. That deep, rich bass, and now it's maxed these out. Okay. It's very interesting that the high frequencies, okay, I gotta pause this. That is so weird. I can't talk because I don't hear my voice at all. I feel like I'm talking nonsense. It's very interesting that the high notes there, they're not ultra sharp and crisp. If you guys know from our previous videos, the recent MacBooks, they've made them a little bit quieter and they cut down on the high notes a little bit to make it more balanced and not as harsh. And that's what I'm hearing here. The vocals sound great. The bass is rich and deep, but not overpowering. And it just sounds very well balanced with this song. Now, one of my biggest questions was sound leakage. If you're on an airplane, you have people next to you, can you turn up the volume without annoying them? So let's go ahead and test that out. We're not gonna play the background track so you guys can hear through the shotgun mic. That's literally right above me. And Vadim's gonna take a listen as well. So starting out, I have this at about 75% volume. Can you hear anything, Vadim?
Nothing.
No, nothing, okay. Let me kick it up a little bit more. This is about 90%, can you hear anything?
Yeah, I could hear a little bit. I could hear some kind of just whispering.
I have no idea what you just said, but let's go to 100%. Okay, now we're maxed out. This is probably a little bit too loud. I love loud music, but it's pretty dang loud. What can you hear?
So I can hear the music, but I can't hear the lyrics, so I don't know what it's saying.
All right, say that again. What?
Basically, I can hear the music, but I can't make out the lyrics at all. Like, it's kind of like muffled. And to be honest, I really can't hear much, even this far away at max volume.
You're at a good, I don't know, 6 feet away. This is maxed out. And like I said, I love listening to music. I max everything on my AirPod Pros. And this is probably a little bit too loud, at least with this song. So that is fantastic. No issues as far as air sound leakage. And we did hear that there's actually a vent in these, just like the AirPod Pros, so that if there's too much pressure, it lets some of that out. And that's what can let a little bit of sound escape as well.
I actually remember the Beats Solo Pros, where I could literally make out the lyrics and hear exactly what they're saying, but with these, nothing.
Yeah, that's interesting because these are material, they're cloth, and they're so soft, but they do a great job. All right, let's go ahead and switch to our second song. This is another song that we've really been enjoying lately. You guys will be able to hear it as well. It's kind of a classical song with some bass added, sounds really good. Let's go ahead and pop these bad boys on. And then as I'm listening, I'll also toggle between the active noise cancellation and the ambient mode to see if we could tell a difference in sound quality. All right, song's kicking in. Wow. Pretty maxed out. It's a little loud actually. I'm gonna turn it down by one click. The piano notes sound really good. And that little hi-hat or whatever that little tss is, that sounds so crisp, sounds very clean. It's interesting that with the vocals, they didn't sound harsh, but the crispness really comes out here. So let's go ahead and switch to ambient mode. Not ambient mode, transparency mode. And I'm not really telling, I can't tell a difference in sound quality. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds really good. Okay. That sounds really nice. Okay. And what's very interesting, let me turn this down a little bit. I had the volume up 90% there, and with the active noise cancellation, I can't hear anything, can't hear my voice, even at 90%. But when I go to ambient, it's this crazy mix of my voice sounding exactly how my voice sounds, and the music being really loud, like they're fusing it together, but it sounds natural, which I haven't experienced with any other headphones. Okay, let's take these off for a sec. So thankfully, like with some headphones, when you go to active noise cancellation, you get worse bass, the sound quality gets worse. Some it gets better because you don't have extra sounds like with the AirPod Pros. These sound exactly the same regardless. Now, of course, those are really compressed tracks off of YouTube. So I'm gonna jump into Tidal. We're gonna listen to some hi-fi tracks. I have some classical here and also some mastered tracks. I can't play it back on YouTube, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time taking a listen to these songs, and then I'll give you guys my final first impressions on the sound quality and if it's worth $550. All right, guys, I just spent a good amount of time listening to a variety of different songs, genres. I listened to some rock, some classical, some hip hop. I have actually some instrumentals. I listened to Interstellar soundtrack. So the first thing that really impresses me is the Soundstage. And if you haven't really experienced that, I guess a lot of headphones, the sound is just in one spot, just going into your ears. This sounds very wide. You have it almost like you're in the room with speakers all around you, and you can place like the voice kind of in the center, little instrumentals going in different parts. So that sounded fantastic. Now the next thing that really surprised me is how in different songs, the highs act differently. Now it's, for example, No Time to Die, it's a master track. The vocals sound smooth, not harsh at all, but other songs, I don't say they sound harsh, but they're a lot more crisp, and it just sounds like however the artist wanted you to hear those songs, that's how you hear them. With certain headphones, all the highs sound just very crisp. Other ones, there's not enough. So that was very interesting. Bass was also very prominent, never overpowering. And for example, in this song, Set Me Free, a lot of times I'll listen to that in my truck because my truck has 19 speakers all around, and the separation between different instruments is the best compared to AirPod Pros and other headphones. But man, the separation between the electric guitar, the drums, the vocals, I haven't heard it be that good ever. It sounded fantastic. So overall, I'm very impressed. I definitely want to hear 20 more songs I wanna compare with a bunch of headphones just to see how they are, but I am very impressed. The next thing that I wanna do is, I know Vadim, you love the song Strobe.
Yep.
I listened to 2 versions. There's actually a version with like a symphony as well. I don't know if you heard that one, but I'll let you listen to the original because you loved that on your HomePod. You listened to a bunch of different songs on your HomePod once you got that. So how do you get somebody to spend $550, $600 that they don't want to spend? By handing these over. So go ahead and sit down and take a listen.
Let's do it. Hey guys, it's Vadim, and it was really interesting recording this because I can see Max listening to it, but I can't hear it, so this is exciting. And with deadmau5 Strobe, this song's very long, it's a 10-minute song, but there's one specific area in the intro where a lot of speakers distort because it's a really weird low note. And on the HomePod, I was really surprised because it played it back so well and so clean, and I love that about the HomePod, so it's the moment of truth. These are really comfortable, wow. It's crazy, like, the sound like goes back and forth, like the stereo is so good.
Yeah, I know you can't hear me right now, but I definitely noticed that. It's really weird, the Soundstage.
I can't hear you.
You're good. Keep listening.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, no. Oh, it's Christmas time.
Vadim has been trying not to buy them. We have 2 pairs. And he wants them, but he's trying to budget and try not to waste money.
Man.
But
I'm sorry I can't hear you.
I think this is gonna do it.
Oh. It's like every little note is just perfect. You hear those little tiny notes that you don't hear. Oh, and the deep bass too. There's some bass notes that don't even play on cheaper speakers. You hear nothing. It's got everything. You got the bass, the mids, the highs. It's all separated so well. Ooh. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. Okay.
Hey, don't listen anymore.
Oh, man. Wow. Everything's separated. So there's a couple of parts where like there's this psh that happens. And it's weird because I hear like the other sounds in the background, but the psh like happens like it's in my ears, like separate. Like you were saying, a soundstage.
Yeah, these headphones are the best to describe soundstage.
Different locations of where it's playing, and I don't know how it does it.
You know what's interesting, Vadim? Earlier you said you wish there were separate tweeters.
Yeah.
Do you still have that thought?
I don't know how it's possible that there's one driver that is changing the location of the sound in different notes. And there's like this little like shaking, almost like a rattlesnake effect in there. And it just happens like almost inside your ear, closer to it. And it's like mind blowing how it just plays so well. Everything's so clean. Like I want to listen to different songs.
I know, that's what I want to do. It's my turn.
I want to listen to old songs that I used to love. Oh man.
All right.
I sound like a fanboy, but like I'm blown away. Like you guys have to try these out in the Apple Store.
No. Don't try it out at the Apple Store. Don't. If you don't have the budget, please don't go to the Apple Store. Please don't try them on because I think Vadim, if you want to answer the question at the start that we had, is the sound worth $550 from that one song?
All right, so to me, I know the HomePod's expensive, but because it is just so good at playing those notes that you usually don't hear in the bass, I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So I think same thing with these ones, man. Like, wow.
The HomePods are really expensive, but the people that bought them, everybody that I've talked to, none of them regretted it. Same thing with the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro. If you can forget that you spent $300 on it, people love it, I love it, and I think this is next with Apple's lineup. If you can get over the price tag or just forget about it, block it out, you're gonna really enjoy it, especially if you're a part of Apple's ecosystem. So our final verdict is gonna be in our full review, but for now, these sound very impressive. And not only just the sound quality, but just the soundstage and the separation. That is the biggest thing that stands out compared to everything else that I have heard. And now let's go ahead and test out the spatial audio. I have Endgame opened up right here. Gonna click on the headphones, click Spatial on. All right, so we can get some surround sound and with head tracking as well. We have noise cancellation turned on. It's so weird. If you guys have never experienced this, the sound is from where you're watching. So if you turn your head, it's just localized exactly where it needs to be. All right, Thanos. Nice, deep, rich sound from his voice. Pretty good. When he throws a shield, you hear just going, yeah, that's a. All right, these sound really good for movies as well. That sounds fantastic. Now, I'm gonna wanna use these whenever I watch a movie. And now let's go ahead and test out how they work with the cable. I did buy it for 35 bucks, but I wonder, before we do that, can we run it with the included cable, USB-C, and then can we use this little adapter? So let's go ahead and open this up first. I'll get it out of the packaging. This is the cable that you use to charge it. And I really wish that they went with USB-C all around, not lightning, but hey, that's Apple. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove it here from the Mac. There you go, so we have no Bluetooth connection. Plug into the Mac here and the other side, and this is actually a really thick cable. I don't know if you'd wanna use it, but if you don't wanna waste extra money on top of that, let's plug it in and see what happens. So it looks like they are charging, but nothing really came up on the Mac itself. Let's go into our settings and check out the sound settings here. And it looks like they're not showing up in the output or the input. So unfortunately, they will not work with this cable. It is just for charging. So let's go ahead and set that aside. Now, my next question before we open up is the little adapter. If you guys still have a couple of these, or maybe you guys lost them, but they are less expensive than buying the actual cable. And we'll grab this cable, which comes with the Sony's. Thank you, Sony, unlike Apple. Let's go ahead and connect them over here and connect on this side. All right, they did show up. We have external headphones right there. So this might be a nice little hack. All right, unfortunately, I have my volume turned up here. Nothing is muted. In the sound section, I have the headphone port selected, but we're not getting anything. Select them again. Nope. Apple, you're making us buy this $35 cable. No workarounds at all. No hacks. So let's go ahead and open up this little box. And very flexible as well, so that is good. Has a decent length to it. Let's go ahead and plug it in. We'll get this side as well. All right, and it looks like it didn't automatically switch. So let's go ahead and switch to external headphones. And I don't have them paired to this computer just to simulate how it is with a computer that might not have Bluetooth. And I'm hearing the music right now. So it's interesting, when you have it plugged in with the cable and you set the MacBook Pro to the max volume right here, you set your song to the max volume, it was still kind of medium. You have to go to your actual headphones and then use the digital crown to adjust it. All right, there you go. That's loud right there. That sounds really good. All right, so yes, you are gonna have to spend 35 bucks on Apple's cable. I don't know if there's a DAC built into this. This little part is pretty thick and long. Maybe there is. I know there's some third parties for 20 bucks or so, but if you're gonna spend $5.50 plus tax on these headphones, you might as well buy Apple's cable. A couple more things before I give you guys my conclusion. First off, we only actually went through about 3-4% of battery life that whole time listening to music. And you guys may have thought, and we thought before, that with this toggle, it could only go between your transparency mode and your active noise cancellation mode. But actually, if you go ahead and go into the Bluetooth settings and you go into the AirPods Max, you can actually add the off mode. So you can add that on and then it'll cycle between all three, just like the AirPod Pros. And with that, Apple rates these with 20 hours of battery life using the active noise cancellation, but with the off mode, you are gonna get even better battery life. And if you don't wanna add that to the toggle here, you can just press down on the headphones in Control Center, press right over here, and then just select off. Now this is interesting. This is the first time I'm hearing it like this, and a lot of my voice is actually blocked, even without active noise cancellation. And I didn't know that was the case, because if you go to transparency, my voice sounds exactly like it does in real life. It's crazy how good that mode is. All right, guys, now it is time for the final verdict. Let's go ahead and slip these back into their protective case. I'm gonna stop calling it the bra. And are these things worth $550 as far as the sound quality? Well, you know what? I knew they were gonna sound good. I knew they were not gonna sound bad for this price. That would be unacceptable. What I didn't know is how wide the soundstage would be and how dang good the separation would be with single drivers. That's what I was not expecting. Now, my verdict or my conclusion is, if you're an iPhone user and you care about sound quality and you want an over-the-ear pair of headphones, yes, absolutely it is. Not only because the sound quality is fantastic, you get all those extra features with it that you won't get with other headphones. Now, with that said, if you're somebody that is an Android user or you're just using them with your computer, that is where we are gonna have to compare them to the Sonys, to Bose, maybe something else. So if you guys wanna see that, click that little circle above and we will be making those videos. So overall, I want you guys to let me know your thoughts as well down in the comments, and you guys can check one of those great videos right over there. This has been Max, and we'll see you in the next video.